Aloha everybody and welcome to part 6 of Sonic Rush Adventure. So in the last part we went to the haunted ship and took out a whole bunch of skeleton ghostly badniks and took out one guy with a really big old heart. And unfortunately, if we're going to follow those pirates once again, we have to go through some rough terrain. There are ice flows and other floating obstacles, and our watercraft won't stand a chance. Marine, like an idiot, says we'll just have to tempt fate and keep pressing on. But luckily, we're not going to listen to Marine. We're going to listen to Blaze, because Blaze gives us the idea of making a hovercraft. Unfortunately, that means you will have to grind for materials, because it needs some green, it needs some bronze, and if you don't have enough of anything, well, you're going to have to go back, replay some levels in order to get more materials. So, yeah. But I realized that yesterday, or today, I'm pretty much uploading this on a Thursday. I'm pretty much recording this on Thursday, but today is American Thanksgiving, so hey, Thanksgiving, how about that? I hope you guys ate lots of turkey. And I didn't have Thanksgiving because I'm Canadian. We have it in October. But, you know, I hope you had a fantastic time. I felt like bringing it up because, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog, the popular cultural icon that he is, he actually had a giant balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. He does that a lot. He's always had his balloon up there in that certain event. And, you know, it's pretty interesting, pretty neat. That's the power of the popularity of Sonic the Hedgehog. He can have hot air balloons alongside characters like Woody Woodpecker. That is the pull of Sega. That is the pull of Sonic Team and the Blue Blur. But anywho, 5 red, 5 silver, iron, everything, you know. You need a lot of materials. So, once you have gathered all those materials, I already had them. I didn't have to backtrack ever. Lucky me. But once you have all of these materials, look at that. We got a new watercraft, ladies and gentlemen, the Aqua Blast. The Aqua Blast is not as... It doesn't go with the farthest reach that the Ocean Tornado does. It's a little... It has fewer distance than that. But it can pretty much go wherever the hell it wants, you know. It can go over everything. So as long as you want to go there, you can go there. As long as you have enough gas. But if you don't have enough gas, well then I guess you're screwed out of luck. Yes! Yes! Blaze, you are the best character! She gets it! Oh, yeah, because of Marine safety. Marine safety. No, 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 no. It's not because of Marine safety. It's because Marine's annoying as hell! Leave her here! Leave her at Windmill Village. She doesn't need to come along! Look at her! I want adventure! I need adventure! Yeah. Very well! No! No! Blaze, come on. She's the worst! She's awful! If I ran into Marine on the street and she looked at me and smiled at me, I'd turn my head and look all grumpy and ignore her. That's how much I hate Marine. And that's how much of a badass I am. The Great Clement would turn my head in disgust because, she's the worst friggin' character. I want her to die. I want her to die. Anywho, interesting situation here. We actually get to choose what level we play first. We can go into the icy area up on the north, or we can go into the east area, which has green skies. Fitting, because at the end of Sonic Rush, Blaze, when she went back to the Soul Dimension, she was flying around in an area with green sky. So I guess this is sort of their way of being, you know, continuity. Because everywhere we've been has been like blue skies and stuff, but, you know, here's the green skies she was flying around in at the ending of Sonic Rush. This is definitely the Soul Dimension now. So as you can see, again, there is your map. The hovercraft can go over everything, so I don't have to worry about the shallow rocks. I just have to make sure that my line goes there. Also, I think I screwed up my line here, but I'm pretty sure as long as I touch the dark blue parts, I don't have to specifically touch the flag. As long as I touch the dark blue parts, I will make the destination. For some reason, I kept thinking I have to specifically touch the flag, otherwise it's not going to connect. But you can be a little bit of a distance. As long as you're touching the dark blue, you're fine. So look at this beauty of a ship. Ain't the Aqua Blast fantastic? But it also has a new gameplay style from the Ocean Tornado and the jet ski, so I feel like I should explain this. Once again, it's on the bottom screen, and once again, you will be using the stylus in order to move it and to activate its weapons. So you're dragging the Aqua Blast around with the stylus. If you want it to move left, you have to aim the stylus left. If you want to move it right, you aim the stylus right. Wherever you're pressing, that's where the Aqua Blast will go. But it will not fire missiles and stuff unless you are pressing down on the Aqua Blast. So here's how it works. You tap the Aqua Blast. If you tap the screen, it shoots a pellet. It shoots a bullet. And bullets can take out, bombs by the one. They have a pretty rapid fire. They're pretty alright. But, sometimes there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of overwhelming stuff. And you'll have like a row of bomb spikes that you have to watch out for and stuff. And that's when you can use the charge feature. Basically, once you tap the screen, if you hold the stylus down on the screen, it will charge, and you'll see in the top right how much you're charging the beam. Once it's at its maximum, it can travel the farthest, it will be the biggest, it can go through a huge row of bomb spikes and destroy and obliterate everything that you shoot that cannon at. So it's almost like you're driving around like Mega Man or something. In fact, it kind of reminds me of that little jet ski thing that's in Mega Man 5. You know, when you go to Wave Man stage and Mega Man's on that green thing with the vents? The Aqua Blast kind of looks like that. Just a little bit. It's got the green, it's got the vents. I mean, it's not quite the same, but, This is Wave Man. This is Wave Man. But I chose to go to the snowy level. The snowy level is easier than the level in the green sky area. And there are 7 zones in the game, so we're approaching zone number 5. So we're getting pretty close, we're getting close to the end of this thing. Well, sorta. There's a lot of exploring we're going to be doing post-game. Oh, I hope you're up for that. But that's what this game is, damn it, so you gotta see it. Might they be in those houses, Tails? Might they be in those houses? I don't know. Might they shall be in those them houses, Tails? I don't know. We came to find Vikings, but the Vikings are gone. So it seems like someone has abducted them. I wonder if it was a pirate with a giant mustache and 2 bumbling sidekicks named Minnie and Mum. I don't get the names of that. Is that a thing, Minnie and Mum, or Mum Minnie, or is there like a play on words with those 2 phrases? Minnie and Mum? I don't know if there is, but yeah. Anyway, once again, I will be playing as Blaze the Cat. The cool thing about Blizzard Peaks Act 1, when you start this thing off, you are on a snowboard. The snowboard acts like regular platforming, except I think you're constantly moving. You're always going to be moving until the snowboard slides off later down the act. And you still do tricks when you hit springs, when you go on the bungee areas. You can still do tricks when you're on the rails and whatnot. And you can still boost and stuff, too. So you jump, you boost. It still feels pretty similar. It's just you're constantly on the go because you're on a snowboard. Luckily, this level's not too bad. I mean, you do have some ice platforms that will fall after you land on them, and you don't want to fall into any bottomless pits and stuff. But generally, this level's pretty alright. It's pretty awesome to be doing some 2D snowboarding, and you feel like a badass. What can I say? This level's really fun. And what timing I just recently got Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Winter Olympic Games, and I noticed one of the unlockable music tracks in that game is Blizzard Peaks from Sonic Rush Adventure. And that track has never been in the other Mario and Sonic Olympic games. It's only been in this one. And I thought that was kind of fitting, because I'm doing a Sonic Rush Adventure playthrough, and now a Sonic Rush Adventure song is in the Winter Olympic Games, and you can listen to it. And I was like, how about that? Would I recommend Sochi 2014? It's average. I wouldn't waste your money, honestly. And I'll get into detail about that game 10 years from now when I finally catch up. Oh god, this Sonic series, it never ends! It's hard to notice, but the snowboard kicked off my character after... I think the avalanche starts chasing you, and then after you leave the avalanche, you hit a jump, and then the snowboard just sort of flicks off. To be honest, I got my S rank first try doing this stage, and I didn't really play it again, so I never did any other practice runs to see if that worked. Like if it was always like that, but, you know, whatever. Act 2 has a whole bunch of icicles, and those icicles make Sonic and or Blaze spin around when they're grabbing onto them. And so you have to jump in time with when your character is on the right of the icicle, otherwise you'll be jumping in the opposite direction and stuff. But you still have to jump fast enough, because eventually that icicle's going to run out, and then you'll fall, and you don't want to fall. So it's giving me Ice Cap flashbacks from Sonic Adventure. You know, when he was like jumping from icicle to icicle. Oh, the good old days. And that level had snowboarding, too. I mean, it's a nice level. It's a snow level. What do you want? It's got its familiar Sonic tropes. I mean, it had a snowboarding section. Otherwise, the level's not too bad. I think that there are more bottomless pits than the other levels, but the placement of everything feels pretty nice. I don't feel like there's a lot of platforms that catch you off guard and make you go, oh, I can't believe I didn't see that coming. The icicles might send you to your death every now and then, but otherwise this level's pretty decent, pretty alright. I like it. Boo-yeah. And the material we get for clearing through Blizzard Peaks is... I know we saw it in Act 1, but I wasn't paying attention. Aqua material! Why'd they call it ice material? It looks like ice. I mean, an ice is frozen water, but... yeah, whatever. Oh god, someone froze the Vikings! And the Vikings look like snowmen. Or yetis, or something. I don't know. They don't have, like... They aren't like humans, you know? The Vikings are just like... They look like, I guess, polar bears, if that's what they're supposed to be? I don't know. We'll see them when we thaw them out, but, oh man, Captain Whisker. It's that pirate again. Dar, why indeed? Why? Yes, right. Mateys, why did I do this? Because the Vikings were in your way, boss. Dar, yes, that's right. They were in me way, so I froze the lubber solid. Pirates. Wasn't Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End just fucking terrible? Way to piss on a franchise with that awful ending. What a terrible way to end your trilogy. I liked A Dead Man's Chest perfectly fine, but At World's End ruined it. They screwed it up! On Stranger Tides was better than At World's End. Anywho, enough about that. We will face the boss of Blizzard Peaks in Part 7. See ya then.